Well, everything's at the beach. People started coming in town here in Destin, and we had some friends come in, and everybody's going to be at the beach the next couple days. So
Awesome.
getting some sun, and well, everything's at the beach. It'll be nice and hot and everything. So what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and get started just to respect everybody's time.
Okay.
Happy to be here
Right.
with all of you. Happy to be here with all of you. My name is Julius Weems. I'm a regional director here with Think Plus, and thank you all for coming on. I really appreciate it, and I know we have some of our leaders on, and you have some of your guests as well. But if you are a guest here, I want to have you take a pen and paper and write any questions. You can also put questions in the chat as well. So any questions you may have, feel free to put in the chat, and we'll answer them. We are at a very exciting time, and my background. For those of you who I have not met, Julius Weems, originally from Maryland, and engineer by education, then went on to be a management consultant, and have been an advisor at PayPal and eBay and Google, and have really been teaching companies how to scale and grow for almost 25 years now. I always say 20 years. And about 10 years ago, got involved in the industry. I'm going to share with you, not by plan. I have enjoyed growing and selling. I sold my first company and then growing my current company. And a friend of mine actually introduced me to this industry, and it was exciting because I really understood that at that time, I've been through the dot-com boom where that bubble busted. I've been through the real estate boom when that bubble busted, and I've seen a lot of different things. And so, I'm always looking at, as I get older, what can I do that would allow me to stay plugged in business, but also build income that is, stable for a long time. And I know some people say real estate is that, but I'll tell you, after owning a bunch of real estate here in Florida, that's not always the case. And so I got involved in the energy space. I'm going to share a little bit with you tonight about that. But it is the most exciting thing I've ever seen. I realize that everybody doesn't get it, but everybody will use it. I realize that everybody will not pay attention to their electricity unless it's turned off. And Think Plus, the company I'm going to share with you tonight, wanted to solve one fundamental problem. They wanted to solve the problem of how do we help people guarantee savings on energy, which has just been unheard of. But we're seeing prices literally go through the roof at levels that we never imagined. And so, go ahead and sit back. We're gonna walk through this presentation. I will tell you before I start, I don't have a sales pitch for you tonight. Don't worry at the end. I'm not going to try to convince you to do something you don't want to do. Our goal tonight is just really, I love educating people because I understand one thing. Understand that timing and positioning is what business is all about. Now, if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you are a construction worker, if you are an engineer, a lawyer, it doesn't matter. The one thing I understand is that everybody is going to use and has used a commodity like electricity for every single part of their life as long as they've been an adult. Either you've paid the bill or somebody else paid the bill for you. And so let's go ahead and get in. I'm going to share Think Plus with you, and it's exciting to have you. So thank you so much for your time. And so let's step on in. So, Think Plus is a company that was started, and the company was started 3 years ago. Our CEO had a vision. He wanted to figure out how to solve a fundamental problem in the energy space. 10 years ago, energy deregulation happened. People thought they were going to be able to benefit because deregulation typically helps the customer. Many people signed up for energy solutions. They signed up, they got into contracts. When the contract ended, they got into a variable rate, their bills went up. Everybody was upset, so they went back to their utility company. Our CEO 3 years ago said, hey, look, I want to solve a fundamental problem that people should be able to have transparency and understanding how they can save money on electricity. Now, when you look at the fact that we got 188 million homes and residences in the United States, and people are going to pay their electricity, small business and residential, for decades, this is a real problem. And now we have reasons that's making that problem even more difficult for families. And so I want to introduce you to the Think Plus Network. Our goal is just to create value for people. When I say that, because nothing I share with you this evening, everything I share with you is going to be a product that does not have a charge to start. It does not have any cost other than you paying your electric bill. So our real focus is how do we partner with customers to build relationship and educate. You know, you know, what is a Think Plus Energy Advisor? I am an energy advisor, a regional director, but fundamentally, there are people just like you and me. We have folks on the call that have incredible backgrounds, who have degrees. We have PhDs, doctors, lawyers, housewives, but we're people that realize one thing is that if we can have something that can help other people, we may be able to build a very successful business around that by helping and supporting others. And so tonight you're going to hear about our platform, our products that people truly value and need. I believe that in business, if you can solve a problem for a customer, you can have a really successful business. Then you're gonna hear about our community, and then at the very end, I'm gonna share with you about our opportunity. Now, I'll tell you up front is that I'm gonna share with you ways you can benefit in your own home, and then I'm gonna have an option for you to look at our opportunity. It is not mandatory you look at our opportunity, but I do want you to understand our products because I know right now we're seeing such an increase in the demand and cost of electricity where I have some folks who are paying a small car payment in electricity every single month. And the problem is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And our fundamental goal is to do this, to achieve this goal. Our CEO has targeted in at a massive level to make sure that we save $1 billion for our customers. This is not something that we take lightly. It is not something that we hope will happen. We have put together a series of products that will save our customers $1 billion. And if you can do this, you can actually build a business that can scale to a multi-billion dollar business. And so that is our focus. And as I go into our various products. So what do we do? Think Energy, we provide smart energy choices to customers through energy solutions. We use technology in order to offer solutions that are not only valuable, but also really cool. And I say that because many times when you talk about energy solutions, we talk about, if I could save you a couple of pennies, that may not excite you. If I could save you a couple of dollars, that may make you a little bit more excited. But if I start talking about saving you over 15 years, saving you over 20 years, it's a whole nother conversation. And that's what got me excited, a stubborn engineer and management consultant. I said, well, if you can do that, we have something that we've never seen in the energy space before. And that's what our company's been able to do. So electricity bills are higher than ever. It is not an idea. It is not a thought. You just Google it, you chat GPT it, and you will see that energy prices have scaled of 30 to 50% in some markets. We are seeing on the East Coast of the United States an increase all the way up to almost 70% in some markets. Many factors are driving this. One is a transition to renewable energy, increased demand with electric vehicles, data fit centers, and artificial intelligence. If you use artificial intelligence or not, every time a request is made, every time you use your Alexa, every time you use your Siri on your phone, every time you use ChatGPT, every time you do searches with AI, it uses electricity and it also uses water. We are seeing that the demand for artificial intelligence, electricity, is going to demand more than every home in the United States. It is a real problem, and it is one that is affecting residents and small businesses at scale and at speed that we never imagined. And then global instability. When we are at war around the world, oil and natural gas prices go up, and so do energy prices. So when the company was started, Michael Falquist, who I've spent a lot of time with, he said, Julius, I knew I wanted to solve these problems, but I didn't realize that we would have a tsunami of problems at one time with global instability and wars, data centers, increased demand with vehicles, which really has made the need for our products 10x across the country. So we wanted to solve some true pain points that we saw over the last 10 years with deregulation. Number one was a lot of people got into contracts and things that were bait and switch pricing. We wanted to remove that. So we said, okay, let's just have fixed pricing. People know what they're going to pay, how they're going to pay it. Poor customer service. The companies you call, you can't get somebody to talk to, you can't get access. We said, no, we're going to do US-based customer service, and it's going to be excellent, and somebody will be able to talk to a human being. Then we said early termination fees. Let's get rid of that. We're going to create contract flexibility so a customer can leave. Now, here's the part, as a businessman, I looked at, I said, well, if you're going to allow somebody to come in with no contract, you have to deliver extremely high value. It is just, you have to, if you don't deliver high value, there's no way to grow a company. So the company said, no, we're not going to have contracts on key products, and we're going to allow the customer to benefit. And if they don't like what we're doing, they can leave. No hidden fees. Everything that I share with you is fully transparent at a level that most customers aren't used to seeing. And so what we're going to do is we're going to jump in to one of 4 products. Now, I'm going to start with the softest or easiest product, and then we're going to go to the product that's not more difficult, but it just saves a lot more. So the first product we have is in Texas. It's our smart thermostats. Our smart thermostat solution fundamentally allows us to guarantee savings to customers just for connecting a smart thermostat. Take a look at this.
At Think Energy, we've built a way to lower your energy bill and keep your home comfortable, and you'll barely have to lift a finger. Now live in Texas, Think Smart is an innovative technology designed to save you money on autopilot. All you need is 5 minutes to connect your Wi-Fi enabled Ecobee, Honeywell, or Resideo thermostat, and we'll drive it from there. Think Smart optimizes your energy usage by making small adjustments, just a few degrees, to keep you comfortable and lower your energy bills. And you can always override it for complete control. Once connected, you'll receive $10 in monthly bill credits for as long as the devices remain connected. Savings that add up. Ready to save effortlessly? Join the community of energy-savvy customers lowering their bills and enjoying total comfort. Connect your thermostat today and start saving. It's time to think smart with Think Energy.
So our smart thermostat program, we did a pilot in Texas, and that savings, in addition to the savings we offer in Texas, which our saving on our energy rate savings in Texas have been upwards of 50%, which has been incredible. But in addition to that, we're offering, just for connecting a smart thermostat, $10 a month credit plus up to $120 a year. Now, I want to explain that $10 a month to a lot of people, like, oh, that's not just not a lot of money, Julius. But it's what our software has created. So we're able to look at how a customer uses, and what we're doing is we're able to actually get, hedge and make decisions on energy prices by connecting to that thermostat and seeing how they use energy. Now, we started with $10 a month, but our vision is to be able to offer $10, $20, $30, $40 a month in credits just because the thermostat is connected and we're able to see how that customer is using energy. One of our greatest technology solutions, I tell people we're an energy tech company, but we're using that data in order to make better decisions for our customers. So yes, today it's $10 a month, $120 a year. Tomorrow it would be, it can be $50 a month. And so we're working towards that. We rolled out last year, and this is one of our solutions that we have in the market. Now, the second solution I'm going to share with you is, without a doubt, the most exciting. And I don't know, they're all just so powerful. But right now, just over a week ago, we rolled out our home battery program. We did a pilot in Texas. We did a pilot in Illinois over the last year. But this is, without a doubt, one of the most powerful solutions to help families. We're talking being able to guarantee 20 up to 28% per month for 5, 10, or 15 years. We're talking about home battery backup, and I'm going to have you take a look at this overview. But this is, without a doubt, the biggest shift that I've ever seen in the energy industry. And I'm excited to say we're one of the first companies in the country to offer a solution like this.
Every summer we see it. Record heat, record energy demand, and the same story on repeat. Regular outages, soaring prices, a grid pushed to the breaking point.
The Earth is still hot, and so is the demand for electricity.
More energy is better than less energy.
With the rise of AI technology, demand on power plants is increasing.
Here's the thing. The grid we all depend on was built more than 100 years ago, for a time when electricity flowed one way, from a few big power plants to every home and business. But that world has changed. Today, millions of devices draw power every second. Demand for electricity keeps growing, but the grid hasn't kept pace. And it's not steady. Some hours we have plenty of power, others we're short. That's why electricity now costs different amounts at different times of day. When demand peaks, energy gets expensive. And when we need less energy, it's cheap. And this means consumers have to work harder and pay more for less reliable energy. Until now. A quiet revolution has started. Home batteries can now store energy when it's cheap or abundant, and use or even sell it back when it's needed most. Link thousands of those batteries together with smart software, and you get something entirely new called a virtual power plant. Instead of waiting for a distant generator to fire up, these connected devices can instantly feed energy back into the grid. The grid pays providers for this support. Those earnings can be shared with customers, lowering costs for the homeowners whose batteries made it possible. For consumers, that means significantly lower costs, predictable rates, and backup power when the grid fails, along with a direct role in building a cleaner, more resilient energy system. We are reshaping how electricity works as we're preparing to bring this idea to scale.
Think Plus will be partnering with a next-generation virtual power plant, connecting homes, batteries, and people into one intelligent energy network.
Our consumers will pay much less for even more reliable energy, with backup power for their homes. And when enough homes join, the grid gets stronger and energy becomes something we all share. This is the power of connection.
Coming soon from Think Plus.
Well, no longer is it coming soon. We are live, and we are live in Illinois. We will be moving to New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Washington, D.C., and other states. We have partnered with EcoFlow, the Ocean Pro Series battery, Time Magazine's Innovation of 2025, a trusted leader in home battery solutions. Now, I want to make sure that when you look at this, some folks will look at it and, I want to keep it as simple as possible. For a customer, all they're going to do is sign up with Think Energy. And when they sign up with Think Energy, they're going to have somebody call and let them know that, hey, look, it looks like you're qualified for our battery program. They're going to get low energy rates for up to 28%. Imagine that, 28% off your energy bill every single month. You're going to get an automatic backup power to your home. Literally, if the power goes out, your lights are going to stay on. And then there is no cost to install or warranty this solution. Now, you say, Julius, how is that even possible, right? And I'll say out of the 1.5 million homes that is available for this program in Illinois, I have people all day saying, Julius, how is this possible? Well, here's what we're doing. Here's what we're solving for folks in Illinois, and we'll do this in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Washington, D.C. There's a fundamental problem that with all these data centers, it is putting pressure on the energy grid. What we've created in our virtual power plant software, we are just taking some of the pressure off the grid. So for example, when energy is cheap at night and it's low cost, we're going to store that cheap energy on the battery of the home, on the battery. And then when energy is more expensive and there's more pressure on the energy grid, we're actually going to take our homes off the grid. Now, the customer won't know. They're just going to use electricity like they normally would. And we're going to sell that excess energy back to the grid. Now, this is a major problem that we're solving. In many states right now, they're trying to figure out how do we take that pressure off for data centers and electric cars, because the cost right now of energy is more expensive and the grid is struggling. This solution is simple for the customer, and on the back end, we've taken care of everything that is needed. So imagine this, imagine knocking on your neighbor's door and telling them that you can actually give them a free backup battery for their home. You can save them 28% every month on their energy costs. And they have a warranty on that battery for 15 years. And they will never have to think about their energy cost again. This is something that I, as a business person, am excited about. As a homeowner, I'm excited about, because I know that people need this solution. And don't worry if you don't see your state up here yet. We launched Illinois. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to have our other states launched. But if you're in any of these states and you're a homeowner, get your battery, because we are truly changing what energy is like. And this has nothing to do with solar panels. This is a new innovation that helps families every single day. Now, I'm going to close our last two solutions. AutoSave, which is, I think the best way for me to explain AutoSave is that when you go to a grocery store, many of you put your phone number in for a discount, right? You put your phone number in, whatever the store is, ShopRite, Safeway, Whole Foods, you put your phone number in and you get a discount automatically. AutoSave is a proprietary technology that just checks every month to make sure that your customer is saving money. Now imagine,
Welcome to AutoSave.
Think of automatically being able to tell your customer that you don't have to worry anymore. You're never going to pay more than a utility, I guarantee it. And I'm going to check every month to make sure that you're saving money. So let's take a look at this video and then we'll talk a little bit more about it.
Welcome to AutoSave, the easiest way to save money on electricity automatically. No more shopping around, no fees, no risk. Just guaranteed savings anytime Think Energy is your supplier. Everyone uses energy differently, yet most people pay the same price. We believe you should be rewarded for being a smart energy user. With AutoSave, your Think Energy rate is personalized just for you. Here's how it works. You sign up for AutoSave. We review your personalized Think Energy rate offer every month. If your personalized rate offer can beat the utility's price to compare, we switch you. If not, you're served by the utility. We look for savings every month so you don't have to. And as you can see, over time, your savings can really add up. If there's an opportunity to save with Think Energy, it'll happen, all upside, with the peace of mind of the utility's standard rate as your safety net. Simple, risk-free, and automatic. And you'll always know what's happening. We actively monitor your savings potential and notify you if your energy supply changes. Still the same utility, still the same bill. Just guaranteed savings anytime Think Energy is your supplier, with no interruption to your service. AutoSave is all upside, and you'll have peace of mind knowing that you'll never pay more than your utility's standard rate. That's AutoSave. No fees, no stress, no risk. Just guaranteed savings anytime Think Energy is your supplier, automatically.
And so let's share how big the opportunity is with AutoSave. Right now in the state of Pennsylvania, 76% of customers are with the utility. They're with the utility, and literally what you're able to do right now is go to anyone that's with the utility in these states, and they can get on AutoSave and never have to think about their energy cost again. That's the part where a lot of folks get excited, because many companies have come and said, hey, I can save you X amount of money for a certain amount of time. But then after that, you go into a variable rate. Same in Ohio, 54% of customers are with the utility, 65% in Illinois, and 80% in Washington, D.C., and 80% in Delaware, 94% in New Jersey are with the utility company. We're not asking, they can't leave the utility. Utility is still going to take care of their bill and everything. But when it comes to their energy supply, the utility can't negotiate cheaper rates. And most people didn't know that. What we're going to do, though, is we're going to check every month automatically and make sure you're in the best possible position. AutoSave, people say, well, is it a rate? What is it? How does it work? Well, how it works is that we are literally looking at how you use energy, and we're going to see if we can save you money. But there's no cap on the savings. There's no single rate. It's going to be, we're going to save you between 5 and 40%. And that if we can't save you money, you'll be with the utility. So you never have to worry about being more than the utility, but you get be in a position where on average we can help families save anywhere from 5 to 40%, but there's no cap on that savings. So we see a huge range there. And AutoSave is a new technology that we're educating people on, but it is without a doubt a technology that will allow customers to stay with us for over a decade. Our final product is Community Solar. Take a look at this video.
Imagine saving money on your electric bill just by supporting clean energy in your community. With Think Community Solar, you can, and it's easier than you think. Thanks to state-sponsored programs, you can now subscribe to a local solar farm and receive solar credits that lower your utility bill. It's part of a growing effort to expand access to clean energy, and you're invited to be part of it. When you subscribe, you're allocated a portion of a local solar farm. As your share generates electricity, you earn solar credits that reduce your utility bill. For example, if your share produces $100 worth of electricity, you'll see a $100 credit on your utility bill. Then, you'll pay Think Community Solar just $80 for those credits, saving you $20. Think of it like buying a $100 gift card for just $80, and then the full $100 automatically going toward your bill. There's no cost to join, no rooftop required. Rent, own, house, apartment, all qualify. And your savings are guaranteed. 5% minimum, up to 25% in some areas, depending on your state program, for up to 20 years. Best of all, you're helping fund local solar projects that create jobs, reduce emissions, and power a cleaner future. This is Think Community Solar. Local energy, guaranteed savings, zero hassle.
So community solar simply works like this. There are solar farms that have been built and funded by your state. Those solar farms generate electricity every day. That energy is put on the grid, on your utility, and we're able to subscribe to it and get credit on our bill every single month. Now, those credits last for 20 years. Now, imagine getting assigned to a solar farm and getting a 20-year discount, and you get that discount every single month. No installs, no maintenance, no hassle. You support local clean energy programs. There's no termination fee, and for customers that rent their homes, they can get this product as well. So if you're in a state with community solar, go ahead and sign up. I know all the things I've shared with you are. Some people tell me sometimes, Julius, this is out of this is crazy. Everything you shared literally can save people money, and I said yes. It is something that is. We are truly, I believe, the future of electricity. We're the future of what energy looks like, because I shared with you the smart thermostat, I shared with you the home battery program, I shared with you AutoSave, and I also shared with you community solar. Somebody can sign up for one or many of these products. So yes, somebody could be on community solar and AutoSave. Somebody could be on community solar and have a home battery. You just put your zip code in, and when you put your zip code in, the person that invited you, you'll see the products that are available to you in your market. I believe we're going to have folks that are saving 40, 50, 60, 70, even 80% on their energy bills with the products we're offering. And this is just the beginning. We're 3 years old, and our CEO had a vision. And that vision was, how do we create real impact and save people $1 billion in energy costs? And we're on the way. So we're in, right now you can see the markets we're in, and you're going to continue to see this map turn green over the coming months and years. But right now, with our current footprint, over 40 million potential customers, we are excited about what's happening so far with Think Plus and Think Energy. Now, that is what we offer to customers. Everything I shared with you is no cost to sign up, no cost for a customer. If you came tonight as a guest, excuse me, and you wanted to be a customer and save, become a customer. The next part I'm going to talk about is, now, how do we help? By helping people, how can you turn this into a part-time business or even a full-time business? Now, many times people want to know, why would I make the decision to join this as a business? Why would I be on here with you tonight? I have had the opportunity to work in some of the largest companies in the world as an advisor. And here's what I realized. I got to see that the trillions of dollars that run through the energy space that nobody pays attention to, because we're so accustomed to just turning the light switch on, turning it off in our businesses and our homes. And what I realized is that if somebody will use something, no matter what's happening on Wall Street or in the White House, they're going to do it no matter what. And I said, if you could build a business like that, that is very successful, that's a business that will last. And when I think about my son and my sons and my family, I said, okay, well, I can build that for a little while and really get that to a point where there's a significant residual income. So we invest back into the community. We could have used traditional marketing, had a VP of sales, a sales team, but our model is a little bit different. And so I'm going to share with you how we earn as energy advisors. And I'm going to keep this really simple. There's 9 ways we earn, but I want you to scan the QR code in the lower right. And when you scan it, it's going to show you all 9 ways. It's going to show you all 9 videos for all 9 of them. I'm going to share with you the top 4, and I'm going to share 5 ultimately, but I'm going to share with you fundamentally how we get paid and why this is so interesting to me. Number 1, we get paid a customer acquisition bonus. When a customer signs up, we get a bonus every Friday for the customers that signed up the previous week, okay? You sign up a community solar customer, a battery customer, you sign up a thermostat customer, you sign up a, I think it's an autosave community solar battery. And you get paid on each one of those products separately. So if I sign up someone for autosave and I sign them up for community solar, I will get a customer acquisition for both of those separately, okay? Then every 3rd Friday of the month, I'm going to get a check for their usage, for that customer using electricity. So if they're signed up for community solar, I'm going to get a check for that product, and I'm going to also get a check for autosave, because there are 2 products that pay separately on our residual plan. Then you have a rank advancement bonus. All that means is that when you actually progress to a new rank, all that means is customers in your business. When you have a certain amount of customers in your business, the company pays you additional income as you go through that process, okay? Anywhere from an extra $100 to an extra $50,000. Then there's a mentor bonus. If you choose to build it where you invite people to look like tonight, when that person comes in and you mentor them, you're going to make 50% of what they produce in the business. The company pays out about 60% of its earnings, profit earnings, back to the field, okay? So people always want to ask me, well, Julius, how does the company afford it? Well, we're making profit off of every product every month. The final way we get paid, which we, in our new presentation, we don't show as much, but I know we have some business folks on. I know we have some folks who scrutinize presentations like this as much as I do. They have something called a partner pool. The partner pool is when you hit the level of partner, you get an equity share 1 to 5% in every customer in the whole company, and it's paid out monthly, okay? And so when I came into the business, I said, okay, how do I make this make sense? How do I make this worth my time? Especially when you're talking about businesses that cash flow a lot of money up front, right? So when I'm a consulting business, we're a very high-end consulting practice, and we get paid a lot of money up front to solve big problems. But how do I justify this business when the upfront dollars, when I look at my traditional business, are smaller? Well, what I saw a business that is about customer acquisition, and I can do it one of 2 ways. I could go out, I could talk to synagogues, churches, property managers that have a lot of customers, or I could talk to individuals that have high influence, and they could come and we could build this together. They
When
would
are you
build
going to
their
quit that
business.
property manager that you met in the hospital?
Can you go ahead and mute your lines, please?
Huh? Yeah, when are you going to talk to her?
All right, Isaac, you need to mute. Okay. So what I looked at was, I said, well, if I built this business for 3 years, I've been working for 25 plus, and I was able to get this business to partner, it would actually pay a residual on everything in the company every month for as long as the company's in existence. And so that was really the plan and the path, and that's what I've looked at. And so many times we have some people that come in, and it doesn't matter what your number is. If it's an extra couple of $100 a month, if it's an extra couple of $1,000 a month, if it's an extra 5 figures a month. What I'll tell you is that this company, and I don't believe in, I just want you all to know, is that I'm very careful with numbers because I don't want to make any income claims, but I want to be really clear. There is a very clear path to being able to build a significant income here, part-time, that can turn into a full-time income based on people using electricity. And now with the battery program, it makes it even easier to get there. And so again, what I just shared with you is I shared with you our products and platform, our community, and our opportunity. And our CEO says this: if done right with a laser focus on products that are great for the customer and a community that attracts world-class entrepreneurs, then network marketing is the perfect vehicle for positive change. There was a point in my life, being a stubborn engineer and business person, if someone even mentioned the word network marketing to me, back then when I was young, I would be pretty shrewd and almost, tell them to, get out of my face. I don't even know who you're talking to. You're going to bring that to me. But here's what I'll say is that fundamentally, if I remove network marketing and I ask you as a business person, if I ask you as a mom, if I ask you as a dad, if I ask you, if you knew somebody was going to pay for something for the rest of their life, they're going to pay for electricity one way or the other, and you could make money on that, a small amount every month for decades. The question is simply, is that a good business? And that is a question that I asked myself over and over and over again. And when I heard Michael Falquist share his vision 3 years ago, I didn't know if he could do it. But what I'll tell you is I've watched, and today we launched the battery program. Every other product is launched. So I feel like today is almost the beginning of the company. For those of you who are coming in, you're coming into a business and a company that is filled with incredible people. But to start our business, to be an energy advisor, it's $59. And I almost laugh at this sometimes. It's $59 for the first year. There's no monthly fees. I almost feel like it could be $5,900 to get people started. I think some people would pay more attention. I know some of my friends would. But for $59 the first year, you get full access to our system. You get certified in 13 states. You have everything to start the business in the next 24 hours. It's a franchise in a box, but it's a real franchise because you can be your own first customer. For $59, you sign up, you become your own first customer, you're getting paid on your electric bill. After your first year, the renewal is $149 a year. But we have put things together so tight and neat and organized that the only thing you have to do tonight is make a decision. Like I said, I don't convince people. I did probably some leaders in this company probably say, Julius, you don't really close. I don't believe that this business is one that we need to close people. I think we need to educate them. And if you're somebody that says, hey, look, I got a bunch of people I could help. I have a whole lot of people. I got a lot of people at my church, at my synagogue, at my mosque. I have people that are business owners. I got people that own properties. I have people that own apartment buildings. I have people that are in housing authorities. I know a lot of people I can help with this program. If that's you, sign up and then help a lot of people and also build something that can help your family for decades. I'm building this business simply so that I don't have to leave my family like I have over the last 2 decades every single week as a consultant. And I realized that I can do something one time and be paid on it over and over again at a level that I've never seen. So I want to encourage you. My recommendation is that if you in July, you haven't had a plan to make sure December looks better than last year, I'm going to encourage you and invite you to join us. Get set up, get signed up as a customer, be your own customer, learn about our system. I will tell you, my team is a very successful team, and we're successful because we have some very influential people that come from all types of backgrounds, but we don't do a lot of fluff. We don't do a lot of, we want to be straight, we want to be direct, but we want to help tens of thousands of people. And so if that's you, if you just say, hey, look, if you're the mom, if you're the business owner, if you're the person coming here and you were skeptical, I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank you for coming and taking a look. But we are going to do something incredible in this company you will hear about, because I do believe we are setting the stage for what the future of electricity will be. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. I truly appreciate it. Thank you to our leaders. I would like to have one of my leaders come on. He is always not only a great leader, but what he does over and over again just amazes me, because it's 2:00 in the morning for him right now in Jerusalem and in Israel. And I just always respect that he is building a business here in the US, and he is so committed that we can do a call this time of night and he's still up. He still has his shirt on and not his pajamas. And so I want to close us out and maybe answer some questions, none other than Director David Feinberg from Israel. Hey, David, how are you?
Thank you so much. I wear another hat that I sometimes talk to people about: investments. Imagine for a moment if you wanted to have a $100,000 investment that would produce, let's say in real estate, often that would produce 10% a year. You get $10,000 a year out of that. So $10,000 a year would be $830 a month approximately. So, and someone says, wow, that would be great to get $830 a month, but I don't have $100,000 to invest. Now imagine another scenario that you build a structure like this, that you have a customer base that's going to pay month after month after month for, God willing, many years to come, maybe decades to come. So imagine once you get to the point that you have that $800 coming in passively, that would be the equivalent of having $100,000 invested at $10,000 a year. So think of it like that. Another way to think about it is the